So I went through to receive my endowment 2 days ago, and it was a really awesome experience. I felt like what I had done previous to prepare me was very helpful. So I think that definitely focus on making preparation to going through a big priority because I feel like if I hadn't prepared as well as I had or talked to different people like my bishopric members or family members about things that happened in the temple, I wouldn't have been as prepared or as ready for what had happened. It was a really special experience. The spirit was so strong, and it's just so different than anything that you've done before or that the church does. It's a really amazing experience. So I'm just really excited for you guys for whenever you go through. But as far as how I felt, so I had people tell me that it's kind of can be overwhelming because you're there for a long time. The first time you go, you're there for about, I think, like 2 hours or more. So it's kind of a long time. I think I was there for maybe 3 hours. So it's just a long time that you're there, but it's every part of it is amazing. So it's not like boring for sure. But when you're there, so I had people recommend to me like to not focus on remembering everything that happens. You're going to be going back for the rest of your life. So my stake president told me if there's one thing to take away from it is to focus on feeling the spirit and focus on what it teaches about the plan of salvation and about the atonement. So what I made my goal for going through, the only expectation I had, which I felt was a good way to do it, was to just focus on feeling the spirit. So I just told myself, all I want to accomplish from going today is to really focus on feeling the spirit that I feel in the temple and feeling that peace. And if I can do that, then I will feel it's successful. And then, anytime after when I go back, I can have a different goal of going. But that was like my main focus for the first time I went. And I feel like it was a really good main focus for me. The spirit was so amazing. I felt the spirit instantly when I walked through. When I first saw the grand staircase there and the chandelier, I started crying because it was so beautiful, and the spirit was immediately there, and it was with me throughout the rest of the time. Another really good comment that one of my roommates made to me that I felt was super helpful to know and to hear before was to keep in mind that what happens in the temple is ancient, and it's happened throughout the course of history from the time of the Bible. So maybe some of the things done there aren't as modern day as like a sacrament meeting, but they're still just as sacred and still as true, and they're part of the gospel. So I would just say focus on feeling the spirit when you go through. That made my experience wonderful, and I had a really cool experience of having a lot of my family members there with me. I had grandparents and aunts and uncles and some friends as well. And it was really cool because for me, I felt having those familiar faces there was really comforting. And it just brought more peace. And then when we were able to all be together in the celestial room at the end, it really felt like heaven. So that was a little bit about my experience, and just know that the spirit is really strong there, and it's a really special, really amazing time.